I'm going to begin, John, by saying, I mean, the film lives off the kind of "it was supposed to be so easy" sort of premise, that idea that something that should go easily and doesn't go easily. That breeds kind of wonderful cinema, doesn't it? Just as a kind of a notion for cinematic endeavours.
Absolutely. I mean, especially, in the world of crime, no matter how well organised something is, there's going to be an element of chaos. And then also the moral dilemmas, the whole idea of a 999 is just rich with that moral dilemma, and that's going to make it much more difficult for these people to go ahead with the plan. So, yeah.
I mean, you don't really like anybody. Well, I didn't like anybody in particular. I know Woody Harrelson was the closest I got to liking someone, really. But what are the benefits of having a film full of kind of characters that blur that line between good and bad?
Well, yeah, it was a deliberate ensemble and looking at contemporary America and the world of crime as trying to update the genre in a way. And I think with that many characters and also that many shades of grey, that was quite deliberate. So it's more of an experience as opposed to the classic two-hander that you're just instantly rooting for someone and having your buttons pushed. This is a different approach. There's a thriller element. I hope you felt the tension and the suspense. And I think you hopefully understood these characters because they all had, I think they were quite rich with their, their own choices, the difficult decisions that they had to make.
Because I mean, it's been very kind of meticulously crafted. I mean, it's very symbolic. Because I mean, just the fact they've all got this red paint on them that won't come off. It's all quite Lady Macbeth. Is this a film that you feel could really be kind of studied? A film that might be enriched on a second viewing, a third viewing?
Well, I mean, I do like to layer in lots of aspects to a film, and I like to create a world that's multi-dimensional. So hopefully that's the case. Yeah.
I mean, you've got a lot of actors on here who are kind of famed primarily for their TV work. Obviously, Aaron Paul, Norman Reedus, Michael K. Williams. Do you think that there's been obviously due to the fact there's been a kind of recent blurring of the line between TV and film, has it kind of opened up the casting pool for filmmakers such as yourself? Because there's no such thing now as a TV actor.
Correct, and those two worlds are, as you say, coming together. And I think what's great about TV is that it's actually the failing of cinema, where the mature audience, Hollywood lost its nerve and just gave it to television. But in return, television has developed this much richer, generally the characters are richer, and therefore there's a lot of great actors that are attracted to that. So I think that's why you're seeing this sort of rebirth in this cross-pollination between television and film.
Just finally, very quickly, I mean, in between your last two projects, am I right thinking you worked with Bob Dylan?
Yes.
And if so, what was that like? He's meeting a hero.
I mean, I was daunted with that task because it was actually a track from 1966 and Visions of Johanna, but an alternative take. And I grew up with Dylan, and that my sister even changed her name to Johanna from that song. So it was a challenge, but it went very well. Dylan and his team were over the moon, so that was very rewarding.
Wow, brilliant. Thank you so much for your time today.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!